Hi there, welcome to the Bristol Show 2025. I am Brad from Audio T and I am joined by Otto from Dynaudio.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Is this your first year at the Bristol Show?
No, I've been here 4 or 5 times by now, something like that.
So
I'm still a newcomer.
you're still a newbie, with 36 years under our belt. Obviously I wasn't coming to this when I was 2, so it's, you enjoying it?
Yeah, I like this show.
Yeah?
It seems to be a very music-oriented show, at least for us.
Yeah.
Doing demos here. People want to hear music and buy systems for actually listening to music.
And obviously the room looked great as always, but you've gone for a different image this year. Usually you have like your big giant David Bowie picture. And
Yeah, well, you have to shake it up once in a while.
it looks great. It looks fantastic. Now, many people obviously know who Dynaudio are, but for those that don't, what is it you guys do?
Yeah, so basically we started the company in 1977 making loudspeakers. Our main DNA is our loudspeaker drivers.
Yep.
So of course in the past we have sold them individually as well as for DIY and other companies and things like that. But today we only make our own loudspeakers. We do that for hi-fi, for studio, for car audio as well. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. The automotive world?
Yeah. So
any particular models of car that you can find at Dynaudio?
Well, it's a few different Volkswagen models, several of the electric cars that are coming up. BYD is one of our biggest customers, so we are selling a few million drivers for BYD.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's
you can go from
good business
studio to home, or you could go from the studio to home via the car with the Dynaudio. So you're always surrounded by Dynaudio.
Yes, that's what we hope to do.
So I'm familiar with Dynaudio. I think I was first introduced it through studio work, so that's how I know it. But you guys have this brand philosophy of bringing the studio,
into the home. Interestingly, we started as a hi-fi brand. So back in '77, it was all about presenting the music in better ways. And then basically what happened along the way, the early '90s, I guess. Some of the studio people started using our speakers to actually, mix music and stuff. You could hear things that maybe, I don't know if you could hear them on other speakers, but at least they like working on our speakers. And one of the things that's always common with Dynaudio speakers is low listening fatigue. So you can listen to music for a very long time. And you can hear all the detail that's there, but it's not being thrown at you. It's just being presented in a more natural way. So you want to do that 8 hours a day. So if you're sitting in a studio and mixing all day, it's quite important that it feels natural, that you don't get tired when you're doing it. That's what they are basically saying. So that's what we're trying to bring into the hi-fi world.
So you thought, people are using them anyway, let's make some specific products.
Yes, that basically started it, and we worked together with also Monroe Acoustics had a big hand in that, building up the Dynaudio Acoustics brand. And that's also part of what we're showing here today is actually a new range of studio monitors, the M series that we're making together with Monroe. Yeah, we have one of the M3s down there, which is a very cool speaker. Just to show that link between the Pro and the hi-fi.
Because obviously the Pro stuff you guys do is active, and your hi-fi is passive. Do you do active hi-fi as well?
Well, yeah, we do both things. First of all, some of the Pro is actually also at least semi-passive, but that's a longer story. But yeah, in the hi-fi world, we do both the passive systems. We also have active. One of the speakers we have on display is Confidence 20 active. So we took the existing Confidence 20, our top-of-the-line stand-mount speaker, and said, okay, what happens if we want to make an active speaker out of that? Well, how could we approach that? How good could we actually make it? And how would the customers react to it? So we made a speaker where we actually built the amplifier into the stand. So we don't take up space in the speaker cabinet.
That's a very cool concept.
I can talk for more time than you have available about that speaker. There's so many cool details about that speaker.
Well, like what? Tell me.
Well, it's based on the amplifiers in our studio monitors. So what we have in our core studio monitors is basically built into that stand. So it's a 400 watt for a woofer. It's actually a 500 watt amplifier, but it's limited to 400 because that's what we need for that woofer. 150 for the tweeter. Digital crossover. There's a lot of things you can do in a digital crossover. Since you're pulling me for details, one of the things that makes that unique is what we have in the core speakers is what we call no sample rate conversion. Normally, in a DSP-based speaker, the easy way to do that is to sample rate, to convert the sample rate into whatever the DSP is running. So if you have a 192 kilohertz sample rate in the DSP, you just take the incoming signal, convert to that, and then you do anything at that sample rate. That's the simple way to do it.
Yeah.
In the studio monitors, they don't want that sample rate conversion because that's audible. It's actually can be more audible to do that conversion than to go from digital to analog and back.
Right.
People are very afraid of that digital to analog conversion, but digital to digital can actually be worse and cause some aliasing artifacts. So to avoid that, in the studio we have no sample rate conversion. So we brought that to the Confidence 20 Active as well. So we have a switch on the back actually, you can turn that on and off.
Right.
So what happens when you turn it off is the whole system runs at the incoming sample rate. So if it's 96 kilohertz, then the whole system changes to 96 and runs at that. So all the processing is done at 96. 44.1, then the whole processing is done at 44.
Yeah.
And that makes everything more complicated and more expensive to do inside the preamp of the speaker. But it avoids all of these conversions.
Yeah.
And then you can turn on the sample rate conversion, because if you have a source without gapless playback, then you might have some gaps in the sound and you're cutting out a few seconds of each track. You don't want that. But if you have a decent source, then normally it's not necessary. You can leave it off, and then it will sound better. So that's some of the nerdy details about how far into the depths of digital audio we went to make the best sound.
We're all nerds at the end of the day. We love this stuff, so that's what we're here for. What I love about Dynaudio is the fact that you guys don't just your range of speakers is quite varied, not only in size and performance, but price. You do quite a lot of entry-level products as well that are more affordable for some. So is it the Emmet range that is the entry-level?
Yeah, the Emmet is basically the entry level, at least for the passive range. We range from that up until the Confidence line, of course. But there are basically speakers at most price points. So should be something.
Do you think we'll see, I know certain companies are moving towards that, do you think we'll start seeing more active speakers in the hi-fi industry?
Yes, but I don't think it will necessarily take away from the passive speakers. So what I'm seeing is it's not necessarily the same people buying it.
Yeah.
So I from the numbers we see when we look into analyzing what happens in the business, there are ways to kind of look into that data. It basically shows that the business is growing. A lot of people are afraid that hi-fi is dying. I don't see that. I see in the numbers that our business is actually growing. It's just changing. So price points are changing and the speaker types are changing. So we are adding some active products. But for the next 5 years, I don't see much passive going away. I just see active being added to it. A lot of the active markets are coming from, I'm not mentioning names, but more mainstream speakers that does all of the streaming stuff, but maybe not at the quality level that we want to achieve. So they are now stepping up to this type of speakers. And maybe they wouldn't do that if they had to buy a passive speaker and an amplifier and all the cables and everything. So making a simpler version of true hi-fi, I think is kind of a new market that people are stepping into. But I'm seeing most of the traditional passive fans, they're still buying passive, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
No.
That's one of the way the market is changing. It's diversifying a lot more. So there's so many different ways to build your system now compared to what you had 10 or 20 years ago.
Absolutely. And that's great. That's why we love it. Are you guys working on anything new? Can we expect anything in the coming year, or you can't talk about it?
Not really. We have what we're showing now is some products that have been shown to the market already. The Control 20 Black Edition is a new special edition that we have shown before, but it's actually officially being launched on March 4. So that's when you'll see it at the dealers. That's a special edition version only available in black, but that we improve the quality of the existing one. The Confidence 20 Active is also on the same date, March 4, is when that will be launched. We are demonstrating here at the show actually the Control Legacy, which is a limited edition speaker already on the market. There's been a lot of talk that it's already sold out. It's sold out from us to dealers. But there will still be dealers that have them available.
We've got some at Cheltenham. at our Cheltenham store. So if you want to listen to them, Cheltenham's the place to go.
That's a good idea. So they're still available, but I think about half of what's coming to the UK is already sold. So
limited edition. Get them whilst you can.
Basically.
Excellent.
So after that, there's not really anything I can talk about in the hi-fi space.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe. So we have new pro stuff. We have soundbar coming that we've been showing at CES and ISE. That's a bit further out, but we have been showing the concept just to show where we're going. That's more of a premium luxury product.
Yeah, okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see how you guys fare in that market. I think you'll do very well.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Our first foray into that is going to be the world's most expensive and most advanced soundbar. So we're starting from the top in that segment.
Absolutely. Start from the top, work your way down.
Yeah, then we'll see what happens.
Brilliant. Well, Otto, thank you very much for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. If you want to listen to any Dynaudio products, be sure to get in touch with Audio T. We don't do the cars, sadly, so you'll have to go somewhere else for that. Excellent. Thanks very much, guys. You take care. Bye now.